RAMO! Spit! Both electrocuted by the third rail in the subway tunnel. Do you know what the third rail is? For those of you who don't know, it's the part of the subway track with all of the electrical voltage. And we're talking about super powered, between 600 to 800 volts of direct electrical current. It's what makes the trains move along the tracks. It lies just beside the two rails that the trains travel on, or just in between them. Underneath the subway trains are these metal devices called shoes, or contact shoes. They press against the third rails and pick up the electrical currents that goes through to the train motors, and vroom, they're off, speeding down the tracks.
Subways and suburban railway cars are often supplied with electricity from a so-called third rail. This electrical strip most often runs along the side of the railway track. Current collectors transfer the electricity from the third rail to the train, and these current collectors come from shunk, in the expected top quality.
So this scene where you see their bodies shaking and then they just go out, it's pretty much the reality of what would happen in real life if you touched the third rail. And the way that I view the scene is that when they're tussling and rolling around, RAMO's hand comes around and over and touches it or grabs it. And then the fatal moment happens. It was such a tragedy. It came out of nowhere, dude. I wasn't even thinking that something like this could even happen. And I knew that they were done. I just knew it. No coming back from that. It's not even like you could prepare yourself like you see a train coming down the track and yo, they better get out of the way or this train is just gonna mow them down. That's something that you could prepare for. This scene, I just couldn't believe it was happening. It brought my mood, oh my gosh. And I was on such a high. You know, it was a groundbreaking movie that was happening here. It changed North America and other parts of the world. Hip hop was taking a huge leap into a different level. And it took people in the hip hop culture to a heightened place of confidence, hope, excitement, positive change. And I was feeling that throughout the whole movie. And then this happened, and it brought me back down, right back down into the dumps, the depths. And I know they had that celebration for RAMO at the end.
I never knew art till I saw your face, that there'll never be one to take your place. Cause each and every time you touch a spray paint can, Michelangelo's soul controls your hands. Then serenades are blue and red, and the beauty of the rainbow fills your head. Crescendo colors playing tune, man, why oh why did you have to die so soon?
But I just could not shake the feeling of what just happened. This is a major dude in the movie, and now he's gone this way? And I really liked the guy, but it made me understand this, that life is a balance. There's good things that are gonna happen, and then there's bad things that are gonna happen. So now, the actor, RAMO, his name is Jon Chardiet. Let me tell you a little bit about Jon. He started out at the Fame High School for Performing Arts. Yes, from the movie fame, from the TV show fame.
Hey, I'm gonna live forever. I'm gonna learn how to fly. Oh, I feel it coming together.
He went to that high school. It's in Manhattan, New York City. And it was where he met Harry Belafonte's daughter, Gina Belafonte. Yes, the legendary and iconic Harry Belafonte. He was a big producer of Beat Street. And pretty much the main celebrity face of it so it could get that mainstream exposure. So Harry's daughter Gina and Jon knew each other from the Fame High School. So after Jon graduated from the school, he attended what is known as the State University of New York at Purchase. There was an acting company there, and he became a part of it, studying classical theater for 4 years. But at the end of it, he was really confused and disillusioned. This isn't the line of acting that he wants to do. So he was ready to quit acting altogether. And then that magical phone call came. It was Gina Belafonte asking him to try out for her father's new breakdance hip-hop movie called Beat Street.
Now it's hip-hop, breakdance, pop, electric boogie just won't stop. Everything in the town is built around that cutting, scratching, and hip-hop sound on Beat Street.
Jon figured, hey, why not? This may be more of what I'm looking for when it comes to acting. And Harry Belafonte, he couldn't say no to that. So he goes to the casting place and starts busting some rhymes, whack raps. It's not like the guy was a rhymer like Big Daddy Kane or Rakim or Chuck D or KRS-One or something. The shit that he was kicking was garbage. But the casting people, they were laughing it up, man. Woo! They were loving it. They were looking at him to play this part as some wannabe hip-hop guy. What? That's not what this is about. And you know what? It's kind of probably better that something like that didn't happen in this movie. But they actually started writing down his lyrics. Get that? So after this, he now had to go down to the Roxy and audition, like in the movie. Like this stuff.
Take a look deep down inside your sound. Just move your feet and let the music do the rest.
How about that one?
You know that we just met. Tonight I know you get wet.
You like these guys? Check her out.
When I bring a song, I rap to the beat. I go to the Roxy just to move my feet. You see, I break a boogie, I rap to the beat. I'm rapping to the rhythm of the vicious beat. Vicious beat, vicious beat, vicious beat, vicious beat.
Awesome vibes?
Often imitated, but never duplicated. I always say the one, the D is one of a kind and elegant is here. She gonna rock your mind.
So when Jon gets down there, all these other hip-hop crews are auditioning, breakdancing, spitting out all kinds of different rap styles. And the audience, because they did have an audience there, it was a little bit different, this kind of audition. and they were like booing and dissing people and like, yo, get out of here, like you suck, you can't rhyme, you can't dance. It was like Showtime at the Apollo, Sandman time. So Jon was totally intimidated because he knew that he can't even hang with the stuff that was happening. So he leaves. Dude, you're leaving? This is his big shot to be in a movie that he may actually enjoy acting in. Harry Belafonte. But Jon jets out of there. When he gets home, Gina calls him. How did the audition go? He tells her the story and she says, No. You were supposed to audition for the part of RAMO. He's like, oh. So they end up sending him the script for RAMO. He auditions in front of Harry and some others. He does this about 3 times and he gets the part. Now, Jon was never a graffiti writer, but he watched it in New York City and he admired it. Thought it was a bit risky and adventurous, those dudes going underground to paint the subway trains, but it was an exciting vibe. So he would practice day in and day out nonstop to learn it, right? Get those skills. And he actually did somewhat. Some of those trains that you see graffitied so lovely in the movie, he helped paint some of them. Of course, he didn't do it all by himself, but he assisted somewhat. The set artist did most of the paintings. However, his tag, RAMO, he did that. And of course, he would consult with true hip-hop graffiti artists and people in the hip-hop culture. The producers of the movie, though, they didn't really want real graffiti writers because they weren't actors. And they wanted to make sure that the acting was on a certain level to attract a mainstream audience. They wanted this movie to really blow in a big way. And remember, breaking was happening too on the West Coast.
Breaking, just don't stop. Here comes the movie that's fresh and hot with high energy, dancing to the beat with a splash. This movie is unique.
So it's getting competitive here. But let's get back to the scene with RAMO and Spit on the train tracks. Jon would practice a lot running through boards. Like he'd place them down, right? Like the split between train tracks. And he would practice nonstop. And when he would run, he would always try to keep his head up. And you notice that when he's after Spit, his head is mainly up. He's not really looking down. He learned this as an actor. Try to always keep your face in the shot, especially the major scenes. And guess who was helping him with this prolific part? Spit! Yeah, his real name is Bill Enagos. He was a stuntman. He was also a stuntman in another movie that you may know, The Warriors. You remember that movie? Warriors, come out to play!
Warriors, come out to play. Warriors, come out to play.
So Bill really helped Jon complete that part to perfection. And they did it in only 2 takes. Can you believe that? No more. Back in those days, if you did more than 3 takes, you could get blackballed from getting another part in a movie. It's like you're wasting too much time. So they knocked it out quickly. The last point that I want to make, fun fact. Back then, Jon took a date to go see Beat Street, but he didn't tell her that he was in it. So they go, the theater, it's exciting, gonna see this new hip hop movie, sit down, she starts looking closer at the movie. Wow, this guy looks familiar. Next thing she knows, she looks at Jon beside her and, is that you? Jon is laughing. He's like, yeah, that's me. So they bust out laughing and she's awe-struck. Wow, what a crazy story, huh? Well, that's it for this one, people. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and this is the Moments in Time channel #1. And I am your host. See you next time.